Today we are going to be installing Gorilla Offroad coilovers on the Legacy. So first step you want to do is jack the car up and pull your wheel off. Second step, if you look up in there, gotta undo this part in here so you can then reach the top hat all the way back in there. So these are the top hat bolts. You want to make sure you can reach that. So pull this foam board off. All it was a little pop tab right there, and you're good. So when pulling off rear coilovers, unlike the fronts, you do have to compress them a little bit. So all you gotta do is take your floor jack and mount it right onto there, push it up a few times, and compress it a little bit. After you press this, the lift up a little bit, see how these two are aligned, then you want to get an open-sided wrench and a ratchet and untorque these and undo them. Alright, so one quick thing before I pull this bolt out. See how there's this little gap right in there? That is how it is stock. So don't be afraid if you ever got the wrong bushing and you gotta put them back in stock. That's how it looks. I don't recall if there's gonna be that gap on the coilovers. There might, but that is OEM. So don't be too scared when you see that. Also, the nut goes on the outside, and this is the bolt head. So if you're looking from here, that's where the nut would go. So real quick, what I want to say is, notice how this shock body is lower than the spindle right in here? When you're jacking this up and compressing it slightly to get them even to pop the bolt out, put something underneath this while you're jacking it up, and then poke it out the whole way. And then if you keep the other side on the ground, the sway bar will lift up your spindle assembly like this. So here's the assembly in. We have yet to torque this actual part right here, but yeah, it's looking pretty solid. This went in the exact same way you took your OEM one out, except we didn't need to pry the spindle up at all though. So here it is. Suspension's for the most part settled. We maxed out their set. Got about a ½ inch lowered, which actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, compared to stock, which is much higher. I mean, up there's stock ride height pretty much, aside from maybe a ½ inch if I'm lucky. But it honestly doesn't look too bad. I'm very surprised. I still have yet to dial in how stiff I want the shock to be, but that's how it looks. These are coilovers off of an Outback that was originally lifted on them, so getting any sort of lowering ability off of them, I'm kind of shocked. But I forgot to do it before, but I mean, if you guys check out my Instagram, which I can link in the description, you can see that I'm stock height to the max. Well, here is the final result. The rear fitment is looking pretty decent, exactly how I wanted it. Maybe a little bit lower maybe, but my fenders are not rolled, so that's not gonna happen. Here in the front, I might go back and adjust the preload and stuff, but I need to get an alignment after I do that, so that's gonna have to take a second. But overall, I kind of like how it sits. I do wish the front was slightly lower, like I said, but I've got side skirts, a lip, and a diffuser and a ducktail going on this, and within the next month. So stay tuned for those videos. And I mean, this car should look slightly lower with that stuff on. I don't plan on going lower than what that is, because that feels like a really nice height, and I like how the fitment is. It's just I got to get this fitment dialed in. But overall, the coilovers feel amazing. I did the other side. I just took it out for a test run. I've got them set on a medium stiffness for the shocks, which is at about 5 out of 10 notches I think I have for adjustability, maybe 10 out of 20. I might adjust it up to a 6 or 7, just so I have a slightly stiffer in the rear, since the rear is responding to the front, I guess, if that makes sense when I'm going through a turn, and just to prevent me from bottoming out even quicker. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. This is how it looks from this angle. I mean, I got slightly lower, which I really like how that looks. I'm very surprised. Fitment is almost flush. I mean, I can probably get right in here too. Yeah, it's flush as can be. I love it. But yeah, stay tuned for another video. I might do a video adjusting the preload and stuff on those, but probably gonna be posted one soon of me building my own diffuser, since I decided to build my own instead of buy a $300 one that takes 200 bucks to build maybe. I'll have a video installing side skirts, a video installing a lip, and a video installing a little ducktail spoiler. That's all getting painted to paint match right now, but overall just stay tuned for that. I also been posting some of my cinematic videos on there that I shoot that helps fund this build, so take a look at those too. And if you're in Raleigh Triangle area, please hit me up for some. I'm down to shoot video anytime. So, but that's how she looks. I really like it.